Welcome back to Finnegan's Farm
and welcome back to the YouTube channel.
So as you can see behind me here, we have the boss man digging a few spuds. So in today's video we're just going to talk through our crops and what growing stage they're at and how they're progressing.
So today we're in the spud field here. This field is just maybe about a kilometre there from the coast. It's our early varieties there. These are our British Queens, and on this side here you'll see these are Rooster. Now the Queens are in full flower at the minute. They're at a stage there where we're just doing a few digs here, just checking, you know, for moisture and that. The lads have irrigating, they're after doing a pull and they're going to do another pull here on this bit here. So there's loads of moisture down there, which is great to see. Always handy to have a pair of gloves, especially this job, otherwise
especially two right hands.
Yeah, well I have two right hand gloves, but they were the only ones I had at the time. So yeah, we're looking here. We can see here now, for anyone that's not familiar with potato stalks and that, this would have been the original seed that would have been planted. You can just see it there. It'll dry out and it'll just, you know, deteriorate over time and it'll go into nothing there eventually. But these are the tubers there. These are the potatoes there that have grown from that seed. Now, nice little bit of size. What we're looking for there is a little bit of size, a little bit of maturity there coming through in them as well. So if we dig down there, we still have all these. Now these will bulk up and they will increase in size, and it's when we just keep digging down. So we see we've lots of numbers here. Here's two after falling down this side. We seem to have lots of numbers underneath the potato stalk, which is very good to see. If I even dig down further there and clear spot here, from one stalk there we see at least 15, 16. Now some of the smaller ones mightn't just make the grade, but definitely from this size on they will increase in size and they will be ideal for what we want to do. They're very immature at this stage, skin and all that was very easy to peel off. You couldn't eat them, they would be very watery to eat. So as you can see on the side view here, all these little tap roots, now they are bringing, we'll say, the nutrients down from the plant through photosynthesis, and they are feeding all the little other roots here and little fibres, as you can see, that was attached to the potatoes there at one stage. So when we look at the root structure here, we would have had one root which was the original seed, and from that then has produced all these little tubers in tuber initiation, where all the little tubers, as in small spuds, start off. Now they've grown to a size there now that these would have been attached to as well. There's some small ones, they will never make the grade, but as created maybe, and that stalk there, we pulled some of it. But we're looking in around maybe 12 potatoes that would be fully ready for harvest at some stage. Some of the smaller ones won't just be big enough. So as you can see here, the Rooster are just different colour. They will flower a different colour too. The more of a pink colour there coming on them, where the Queens will have a white colour. So this is the plant as we lift it clean up out of the ground. Just be careful not to damage. So as you can see, lovely stalks, lovely green stalks on it there. And then it's coming down here on the tubers. We'll see hopefully we should see this seed potato. Now we might have left it behind us.
Here.
So this would have been the original seed that was attached to it. This were all the potatoes, the tubers were formed from. Lovely root structure in that as well, plenty of massive roots, tap roots coming down, feeding as we dig down here. They're not overly big in size yet, but we don't expect them to be because they are that little bit later. Number wise, we're talking possibly 15, maybe if we get to that 100, there will be more in around it here, I'd say. If we dig down, yeah, there's a few more there. So yeah, we're looking at things like colour. Skin finish already, looks to be very good skin on these. The Rooster, that oblong shape as well, will be long and narrow compared to the Queens. Another one there. Skin looks very good. Look at it, still a good bit to go yet in the growing season of these tubers. But as long as we keep them watered, looked after, keep them fed, if we have to get a nutrient feed, they'll get a nutrient feed as well. But generally by looking at the crop you can see exactly how healthy it is, and they do look healthy, so we'll be very happy with those. And come maybe middle of August there, we should be ready to get the harvester and get into them and get some of them dug to see how good they are. So we will give you an update later on as they're coming into that time when he's ready to harvest. So, yep, that's the rooster.
You mistimed it then. You didn't catch us.
I didn't catch him asleep here. As you can see, John is here irrigating away with his sexy hat, I should say. The new grimy irrigation hat.
Yeah, that's it.
What's the idea of these? Just keep the sun off your head?
Well, there was a little bit there a minute ago.
Well, it's not to keep your hair dry anyway, that's one thing for sure. Well, how are you going?
Go well, yeah. Just
setting up again.
Just now you can move now. She's just after coming in there.
So the puddle is in there now. So we're after doing all this section here.
Well, that's all done already, and then we've this done. We started here yesterday.
Yeah.
And we're going that way.
Yeah. They look fair healthy, don't they?
Oh, they do, yeah. There's nice buds over there now.
Right, okay, well we'll come over here, just do a few digs here, just see how that...
Yeah, there seem to be better that side than here, actually.
Right, okay.
Hello,
have you an assistant with you? Oh, looking on beyond. Oh, he'd always be.
Hope he gets wet now. No, unfortunately, no.
Well, on.
What a boat,
is it?
Just 6 hours.
Okay.
Move the battery box.
Right. Out of the way, because I'm right. Catching the way.
Couple of little things, pipe.
We're just here now with John B's apprentice, Alan Clark. There's the engine going there. He's priming the pump.
Getting the juice flowing.
Oh, you can see the pipe there. She'll fill up now when we pull the... If the master looks on.
Just bringing him out for the day.
Yeah. Get him out of the hay. Big daddy daycare. Oh ho! Pull it, John! Yeah, look at the pipe. Oh, John, we take off. Right, so same setup as last year, so you know how to do it.
Basically, yeah.
Here we have the reel.
She's starting her shaft there now.
Just 10 bar pressure.
In it.
6:30. And you're going to be here when she comes in?
No, I don't have to. It'll switch off.
Oh, I'll text you.
Text me and it'll go off itself. The older one now we do.
Yeah, but that's why we're that one closer to home.
That's thinking again.
Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. Experience, John, isn't it?
That's now you have a call.
What was it?
Little stone. Might get.
Right, John, what is the problemo here?
Stone stuck in the turbine car.
So you're
going to have
trying
to give her a little help.
Kind of manual job, is it?
It's just not a...
Oh.
That's it.
That's it. My God. Lads, I'm telling you, get
years of experience.
put them hands somewhere quick.
Yeah.
They should be put in a vintage shed and just mind it. Yeah. Unbelievable. And we're running. We are running.
Yeah. Right now, where's your time? 6 hours time. Once you set that, it sets its own speed and
Yeah.
just leave it there now and away she goes.
Shows them.
Many inches. It's 1.5 I think at the minute there is putting on.
Shows them hands again.
Them too. Look at the state of them.
Unbelievable. They do so much work during the day, don't they?
Oh yeah. If a tractor on him, you'd see some tracks he'd make.
Probably see all the idle time too.
Well, I done 11.5 kilometres yesterday walking, trying to keep...
That was in the Jeep now as well.
keep him busy like.
You have a kink in the pipe.
Very kinky.
Look at that. Put them feet somewhere safe. They're unbelievable.
They're useless.
Now, kink gone. that's the boys working away. I'll leave the two besties at it. They're flying here, so they are pumping water like hell.
So we're here now with the wheat crops at the minute. We're here with the representatives there from Yara, both north and south, and we have Phil Burrell here also. He's the head bottle washer, I think, hasn't you, Phil? Explain your purpose and what you do.
Purpose. So my purpose, I'm Yara Vita product manager for UK and Ireland. So that's the range of folio nutrition we do. But I'm over here today for some training with the team, but also to actually get out in the fields and meet some nice farmers.
Yeah, well, we have the Yara end sensor here, which the handheld model here, which is kind of connected to an app there on your phone. Phil will probably just demonstrate what it does and the benefits of having something like that as a tool on your farm.
Yeah, so what this machine does, it basically tests the chlorophyll content of the plant. So we can use it to monitor the nitrogen status of the crop, but really useful for that final application. So when we've done our first two applications and we've got, up to maybe 60-70% of our target rate, we can then use this to define that final dose. Really useful because often it can actually tell you to put less fertilizer on than you wanted to apply, which ultimately is all about sustainability. So it's managing nitrogen as best we can, so we're not overfeeding and basically wasting money and resource.
Yeah, and we're here in a field of, Joe is here as well, we're here, this is a field of
Winter wheat. It's JB Diego. It's actually Mintil. So it was beans last year and it's some wheat this year. And we have kind of a ploughed field on the other side of the hedge. So give us a kind of a comparison to see what the crops will turn out like.
Yeah, so we're going to head over to that now just to do the end sensor on it as well. But from a visual there, probably the two crops look the same. But then it's also a good chance to get something like this to work with, and it's probably something that we will be looking for is end sensors in real time, that we need to be probably going through the crops and assessing them as we go along. So we're going to head over here to the next field. Now in the field here, that's been conventionally plough-based system. On the first glance of the crop, Phil, what do you see any differ?
Yeah, I think compared to the field that was min-tilled, I can certainly see that there's more chlorophyll still in the lower leaves.
Yep.
It's almost like that field has maybe suffered a bit more with drought or heat stress. So whether it's just not quite got its roots down enough and it's got the moisture, whereas this plough-based system has. But for me, you can see this crop looks greener, and when we measure it with a sensor, we're getting a higher chlorophyll reading as well. So
it does
the technology is backing up the visuals. But if I was betting, this one will yield higher.
Right, okay, well we'll hold
I'm not betting.
We'll hold them to that anyway in a few weeks' time when we have the combine here and we're flying up and down, and if that one out yields it, I'll certainly want to drink from you somehow.
I'll send you a cap.
Send you a cap. So yeah. Look, we'd like to thank Jan is here beside us. He's probably responsible for bringing the crew from Yara down here to us, and it's great to have great to have you down on board and maybe give us a little bit of information as well. We're going to get a bit off you as well, so it's a win-win situation. So look, best of luck. Thanks for everyone for coming down.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thanks for the invite.
And you'll be coming into your busy time now, spraying.
Yeah, with the spuds, we sprayed off, finished spraying like the wheat and the rape and the barley, but the spuds now, that'll be every 7 days, or depending on the chemical that we use.
This is nearly a complete cycle, isn't it?
So at the moment, what I'm spraying, the fungicide, you spray it every 10 days. So that will maybe skip next week in a lot of places, and then we'll go to the following week. But most of them are you have to spray them every 7 days. So it's busy. But it's sort of it's not too busy. It's constant. It's 5 good days of spraying. So it's not too bad, to be honest.
And this is your first year spraying properly?
First year, yeah.
Did you ever spray anywhere before?
No. I did on my tickets and stuff like that, but I never just got onto the sprayers. Never was in the right place, or I was busy doing something else. After something. So it's great. I love it. Actually. You get left alone. you know, Joe rings you every so often to see how you're getting on.
Yeah.
You know, if there's any problems, you know, you can ring him. But other than that, he's just
tipping along.
You know what you got to do. You know what you got. They give you a spray Rex as well. You know, so
Yeah.
It's good. Nice
And then it has a section control as well. And you on GPS that it knows what it's sprayed.
Yeah, so when you go around the field, it marks it green basically on the map, and then when you come, it won't let the sprayer spray it again. So
the nozzles
turns it off on the computer. So all I have to do, I just turn it off on the head when I'm turning on the headlands out of habit, and then when it comes to the ends, it just turns it on, turns it off.
Yeah, if you come to an angle.
Yeah. You know, great.
Which is a massive benefit for everything.
Oh, it saves chemical, you know, time and massive amount.
Time.
So
on the environment.
Yeah,
you're not putting extra spray into the ground.
Exactly. You're only spraying what you need, and it's great job.
Yeah.
You know.
And you're in the famous 175.
Yeah.
How do you find it?
It's a lovely little tractor. Nice and nimble.
If there's ever a man to keep a cab spotless, he's nearly as good as the lorry driver.
I think I could give the Dempseys a run for their money.
Sun cream.
Yeah, I choose
that normally is where my feet are, but he's moved in.
Just
soft. I think the carpet nearly ate my dinner off.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do get a little bit OCD with it, and my girlfriend will tell you, be like, "Oh, he's not like that at home." Unfortunately, yeah, it's just nice.
It's not bad with it. Well, especially when you're in it all day, nearly every day.
Absolutely, and
it is your office.
I get out every sort of hour and a half to fill up with spray or something like that. So, you know, most of the day I'm sat down. You know, so
be comfy. And you have the leather seat. Normally the other ones have the.
Nice leather seat. Yeah, it's lovely. It has the heated seat in there, and every so often I do turn it on. You know.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little tractor.
And it's the shorter wheelbase.
So it's a little bit more bouncy than the 185s or the 240s because they're longer wheelbase. But
turning corners, then you'd be laughing at them nearly.
Yeah, it's just a lovely little tractor. It's nice and nimble, and it can be a little bit bouncy. But I think that's just because it's done 6,000 hours as well.
Yeah,
you know. So
it's been busy.
It's been busy. You know, it never stops really, does it?
So people are probably wondering, Tom's accent is nowhere near close to mine. No. So Tom, I'll let you explain.
Yeah. So obviously, born and bred English.
Yeah.
Lived there for 24 years or whatever it was, and then 2017 I went to New Zealand. I lived there for 2.5 years. So have a very bit of a weird Kiwi twang sometimes. Yeah. And now I've lived here for two years nearly. So sometimes I have a weird Irish twang that comes, not twang, but like certain words or phrases and things like that. So I have a mishmash. I've been called Welsh for some reason. I've been called Australian and New Zealand. It's very, very strange. So it's not putting it on purpose either. It's
just a mixture of everything here and different words everywhere.
It is, yeah, it's real weird. So apparently they do a lot in the UK for the beans and the rape. You only turn the same direction. So for example, I've turned onto the first headland here. Yeah. And now I'm going to miss the first spray run to my left. Well, actually, no, I'm going to start at the other end. What you'll do is you'll miss one. So if there's one gone on my left, I'm going to miss that. I go up the next one. When I get to the end, I turn left. I come back down, I turn left again. So whenever I'm driving on the headland, I'm always driving with the direction that I've already driven round to spray.
There's no point in flattening them that way and then hitting the back.
Exactly, so I flatten them one way and then
keep flattening
them that way.
They'll recover.
Yeah, and then spring back. So the rate this year, you know, we didn't do that. So whenever I've turned on the headland, I've gone up and down like you normally do, and you sort of bend them the other way, and you can end up breaking them. So this way
they grow that bit shorter then because
and they don't. Sometimes they don't spring back up with this way. They'll always just spring back up, which is nice, and it makes it easy. You know, you can always remember where you're going. You just know every time you come out of a spray run,
Skip one.
you need to turn left, skip one, left, skip. It makes it so simple. Even I can remember that.
Another pole.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom, I like that. That was cheeky.
Yeah, well, Mr. Darren told me that's the best way to do it, and it is. Like, otherwise you just end up always stopping, folding up.
Yeah. There's no need to head the full way in when you'd only a little bit there to come in by. Are they crash boards? Is that what you call them?
Yeah, so there's just nozzles behind there. It just gives those end nozzles a little bit more protection, you know.
Yeah.
So it can be, and it's that end section is breakaway section.
Yeah.
So that very end one, the last 4 nozzles will, if you go into a pole, it will kick right round and come back, and it will flick back.
Yeah.
So you know that little bit of board there just gives it a bit more protection. You know?
Yeah. So then you have your own joystick there.
Yeah. So I've got a joystick here which does all of the controls. So you know you've got different buttons here. So you've got these two are your end sections. This is up and down, tilt, and then you go into a different sort of P2, and that does your steering. And P1 is when you're folding up and things like that. So very, very easy. Once you've got used to it, you just
nice gear stick.
Yeah. Once you've used it once, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Darren's got a control box, you know. But this is just
That's even Darren says that's the bee's knees.
Yeah.
And you get that because you are the main spraying operator.
Well, something like that. It's a lovely sprayer as well. You know, it's nice and easy to use.
Supplied by the famous Gavin Rallan. He started working on our farm when he was 16 and then went out on his own, and he's with Landquip there. And if you have any problems with your sprayers, ring that man. I'm going to leave Tom out here, he's busy, and we'll catch you later. Good luck, Tom. So next up we have the famous Darren Hubble in his famous 240. I'd say your arse is imprinted in seat at this stage. See if I get in to be uncomfortable.
No one else.
No one else allowed in it. Just explain a bit about when this was sewn. I was actually with you when you were sewing it. That's when we made the video.
March, 25th of March, I think we were down here. We were here for a few days. I had already got dung on it.
Yeah. Swanee lad was out.
Oh, you can see it here, but this farm now is a lot better than the next one we're going to.
Yeah.
The next one didn't get done. Two varieties, Fanfare and Caprice. And this is the third spray it got. So we would have got a pre-emergent spray.
Yeah.
And then it got just a second fungicide.
Not so bad. Not so bad. No, it's a fairly high crop, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
The other one won't be here in the other farm, no?
No, well, it wasn't in it just 2 weeks now, but the last time it wasn't as advanced as this. It was sold before this, and I'd say he'd probably combine this before he...
Oh, right, yeah.
Combine something soon. We're done a good enough job sewing it.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of an issue at the start of the runs, you can probably see it from the drone.
Yeah, there's a few ins and outs.
Full rate is not coming on quick enough at the start, and then when you're going out, the seed is dribbling, so.
And we won't blame you for that. I'll blame you next year if you get it wrong again.
Well,
you get by this year.
Yeah, we'll allow it.
Yeah.
We'll allow it.
So then the site...
just doesn't look right, but anyway,
No.
you think. We know it's looking just like me about then, you see.
Oh, plenty just like you, but don't you worry. This is where Hubble shines. It doesn't even touch the steering wheel. Look at this.
Great job. Exact same spot as it was the last time.
Yeah. You can see on the screen there where the green parts is obviously the bits he's done, and then the grey bits the bits he's going to do. So you're just letting the...
Boom up and down, yeah.
Yeah, you want it close enough to the crop.
Yeah, well, leaving it like that, it's not too bad.
Yeah, if it was windy, keep it
Keep
tight.
it down and keep it a bit slower. Well, it means you can look at the boom an awful lot more than looking bunting. Have to look out for colds.
That's just a quick update there on all our crops and how they're doing. There's a big video coming next week. I'm sure you can all guess we haven't done one in a while on it, so it's due an update, so stay tuned to next week. Good luck.